Welcome back, collectors and coin enthusiasts, to the Numis Hunter, your ultimate destination for rare, antique, and valuable coins. Where today we are diving into one of the most astonishing and eye-opening stories in the world of numismatics. The story of the 1966 quarter-dollar coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with its jaw-dropping value of $105 million. A price tag that may seem unbelievable at first glance, but becomes understandable when we uncover the errors, mistakes, and rare characteristics that make this coin one of the most sought-after treasures in modern coin collecting. And the journey begins in 1966, a year in which the U.S. Mint was transitioning to a new coinage composition and experiencing unprecedented production challenges, leading to a series of errors that today are considered priceless. The 1966 quarter was originally minted during a period when the mint was experimenting with changes in alloy composition, shifting from a 90% silver content to a clad composition of copper and nickel due to rising silver prices. And this transitional period opened the door for misstrikes, double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, each contributing to the uniqueness of certain coins, making them extraordinarily rare and highly valuable to collectors. The most famous 1966 quarter errors include die clashes, which occur when the dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving impressions of the design elements on the opposite die, resulting in ghostly images on the coin, a phenomenon that is extremely rare in circulation coins and has caused collectors to pay enormous sums for the chance to own one. Another factor contributing to the staggering $105 million valuation is the double die error found on some 1966 quarters, where the inscriptions, particularly the date and the word Liberty, appeared duplicated due to a misalignment in the hubbing process. This error not only makes the coin visually striking, but also extremely rare, as only a handful of these double die 1966 quarters are known to exist, adding to their desirability and record-breaking prices at auctions. In addition to die-related errors, planchet flaws also play a significant role in the coin's value. Some 1966 quarters were struck on improperly prepared planchets, leading to missing layers, lamination defects, and uneven surfaces, making each flawed coin unique. And in the world of numismatics, uniqueness directly translates into value, as collectors and investors alike recognize the extreme scarcity and historical significance of such mistakes. Furthermore, off-center strikes are a particularly eye-catching type of error found in these coins, where the coin's design is not centered, causing a portion of the design to be cut off. These coins are visually dramatic and instantly recognizable, making them favorites among both collectors and casual admirers. The 1966 quarter also experienced a range of over-polishing errors as the mint attempted to correct die defects, creating coins with unusually smooth fields or strange textures, adding yet another layer of complexity and rarity to specific specimens. These subtle yet significant details are what separate a $105 million 1966 quarter from an ordinary circulation coin, as each error tells a story of a moment in time when the mint's mass production could not keep pace with precision, giving rise to accidental masterpieces that would one day capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. Market dynamics also play a crucial role in the coin's astronomical valuation, as auctions for such rare coins attract intense bidding wars from high-net-worth collectors, investors seeking tangible assets, and numismatic enthusiasts who understand that owning a coin like the 1966 quarter is not only a symbol of historical significance, but also a potentially lucrative investment, with the $105 million valuation reflecting both its scarcity and the emotional and financial demand in the collector's market. Historical context further amplifies the coin's value, as the 1966 quarter represents a unique moment in American coinage history, bridging the era of silver coins with modern clad compositions, and encapsulating a period of technological experimentation, economic shifts, and minting challenges that are fascinating to historians and collectors alike. Each era, from the tiniest die crack to the most pronounced off-center strike, tells a story of production. Imperfections that were impossible to replicate intentionally, making each coin a one-of-a-kind artifact. Adding to its allure, beyond the production errors themselves, provenance and documented history of a coin can dramatically increase its value. And for the 1966 quarter, coins with verified origins from early mint sets, first releases, or unique discoveries in circulation have fetched higher prices because collectors are not only purchasing the physical coin, but also the documented story and authentication that accompanies it. Grading is another key element in the $105 million valuation, as coins that are professionally graded by reputable services such as PCGS or NGC receive numerical scores that influence market perception. A 1966 quarter with perfect mint state grading and verified error types commands premiums far beyond its peers, further driving the astronomical value. And the psychological aspect of rarity cannot be overstated. When collectors learn that only a few of these error coins exist in the world, a sense of urgency and competition emerges, fueling bidding wars and pushing the price into extraordinary ranges. The 1966 quarter's fame has been amplified by media coverage, auction reports, and numismatic publications, creating a feedback loop where attention increases demand, demand increases perceived value, and perceived value validates astronomical prices. This cycle is especially intense in high-profile coins like the 1966 quarter, where each sale or discovery makes headlines and inspires a new generation of collectors to chase these elusive treasures. The potential for hidden errors in private collections further fuels the frenzy, as enthusiasts hunt through decades of stored coins, hoping to uncover the next $105 million discovery. And each unearthing reinforces the legend of the 1966 quarter, adding to its mystique and desirability. In addition to traditional coin collecting circles, the 1966 quarter has attracted attention from investors who view numismatic coins as alternative assets, providing both historical enjoyment and tangible value that can hedge against inflation, market volatility, and economic uncertainty, with coins like the 1966 quarter representing a unique blend of art, history, and wealth preservation. This coin stands as a testament to how small mistakes during minting can generate enormous interest and incredible financial rewards decades later. The story of the 1966 quarter demonstrates that the most valuable coins are often those with imperfections, as these anomalies create rarity, uniqueness, and intrigue, qualities that the market rewards with eye-watering sums. Collectors marvel at the intricacies of die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, lamination flaws, and other anomalies that turn a simple piece of metal into a historical artifact worth millions. The $105 million price tag is not arbitrary, but the result of decades of careful observation, market demand, grading, standards, auction hype, rarity, historical significance, and a simple human fascination with owning something truly unique. It also serves as an inspiring reminder to collectors everywhere that even a coin produced in the millions, like the 1966 quarter, can become a once-in-a-lifetime treasure if it bears the right combination of errors, mistakes, and historical context. And, as the Numis Hunter, we are dedicated to uncovering these hidden gems, sharing the stories behind their value, and helping collectors understand why coins like the 1966 quarter are not only fascinating, but potentially life-changing investments. The excitement comes not only from the dollar value, but from the journey of discovery. Next, 1998 quarter dollar coin that has astonished the numismatic community with its staggering value of $17 million, a price that may seem unimaginable at first, but becomes clearer once we explore the unique errors, mistakes, and rare characteristics that make this coin one of the most sought-after treasures in modern coin collecting. The 1998 P quarter was minted during a period when the United States Mint was focused on producing coins at high speed to meet the demands of circulation. But in this rush, certain errors and anomalies occurred that would later transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a rare and extremely valuable collector's item. One of the primary reasons this coin has reached such an extraordinary valuation is the occurrence of die errors, including double die strikes, where the coin's inscriptions or design elements appear duplicated due to misalignment during the hubbing process. And in the case of the 1998 P quarter, some examples show doubling on the date and the word Liberty, creating a visually striking effect that is highly prized among collectors. In addition to double die errors, some 1998 P quarters exhibit off-center strikes, where the coin's design is not properly aligned on the planchet, resulting in partial images, missing design elements, or coins with dramatically shifted imagery. These off-center strikes are visually dramatic and extremely rare, and their scarcity contributes significantly to the $17 million valuation. Another factor that elevates this coin's value is the presence of planchet flaws, which occur when the metal blanks used to strike coins are improperly prepared, leading to issues such as lamination defects, uneven surfaces, and cracks in the metal. Each flawed coin is unique, and in the numismatic world, uniqueness is directly tied to value. As collectors recognize that these mistakes create one-of-a-kind artifacts that cannot be replicated intentionally. Additionally, die cracks and die clashes are key contributors to the coin's rarity and value. Die cracks occur when the dies used to strike the coins develop fractures, leaving raised lines or imperfections on the coin surface, while die clashes occur when the dies strike each other without a planchet in between, transferring parts of the design onto the opposite die, creating ghostly impressions on the coin. These errors are highly prized because they are unpredictable, rare, and impossible to duplicate intentionally, adding to the 1998 P quarter's mystique. Market dynamics also play a crucial role in the coin's astonishing valuation, as auctions for such rare coins attract intense competition from collectors, investors, and numismatic enthusiasts who understand the historical and financial significance of owning a coin with such unique errors. The $17 million price tag is the result of scarcity, demand, and the recognition that this coin represents a tangible piece of numismatic history that is both beautiful and historically significant. The historical context of the 1998 P quarter further adds to its appeal, as it was minted during a period of transition in coin production technology, when the mint was implementing new quality control measures, experimenting with updated striking techniques, and managing large production volumes, creating conditions ripe for errors that, decades later, would become highly prized by collectors. Provenance and documented history also amplify the value of the 1998 P quarter as coins. With verified origins from early mint sets, first releases, or unique discoveries in circulation have fetched higher prices because they come with authentication and a traceable story, allowing buyers to purchase not only a physical coin, but also a verified piece of numismatic history. Grading is another key factor in determining the value, as coins that are professionally graded by reputable services, such as PCGS or NGC, receive numerical scores that influence market perception. A 1998 P quarter with perfect mint state grading and verified error types commands premiums far beyond its peers, further driving its extraordinary valuation. The psychological aspect of rarity cannot be overstated. When collectors learn that only a handful of these error coins exist, a sense of urgency and competition emerges, fueling bidding wars and pushing the price into the multi-million-dollar range. Media coverage, auction reports, and numismatic publications have amplified the fame of the 1998p quarter, creating a feedback loop where attention increases demand. Demand increases perceived value, and perceived value validates extraordinary prices. The potential for hidden errors in private collections further fuels the frenzy, as enthusiasts sift through decades of stored coins in hopes of uncovering the next multi-million-dollar discovery. And each unearthing reinforces the legend of the 1998p quarter, adding to its mystique and desirability. Beyond traditional collectors, the 1998p quarter has attracted attention from investors who view numismatic coins as alternative assets, offering both historical enjoyment and tangible value that can hedge against inflation, economic volatility, and financial uncertainty. Coins like the 1998p quarter represent a unique blend of art, history, and wealth preservation, standing as a testament to how small mistakes during minting can generate enormous interest and incredible financial rewards decades later. The story of this coin demonstrates that the most valuable coins are often those with imperfections, as anomalies create rarity, uniqueness, and intrigue, qualities that the market rewards with extraordinary sums. Collectors marvel at the intricacies of die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, lamination flaws, and other anomalies that transform a simple piece of metal into a historical artifact worth millions. The $17 million valuation is not arbitrary, but the result of decades of careful observation. Market demand, grading standards, rarity, historical significance, and the human fascination with owning something truly unique. It also serves as an inspiring reminder to collectors everywhere that even a coin produced in the millions, like the 1998p quarter, can become a once-in-a-lifetime treasure if it bears the right combination of errors, mistakes, and historical context. As the Numis Hunter, we are dedicated to uncovering these hidden gems, sharing the stories behind their value, and helping collectors understand why coins like the 1998p quarter are not only fascinating, but potentially life-changing investments. The excitement comes not only from the dollar value, but from the journey of discovery, the thrill of holding a tangible piece of history, and the understanding that what was once considered a minor production mistake has transformed into a coveted artifact with unparalleled significance. Every crack, misalignment, and anomaly on the 1998p quarter tells a story of a unique moment in minting history, a moment where human and machine imperfection combine to create something extraordinary. And this story is what draws collectors, historians, and investors alike to pay unprecedented sums. The $17 million valuation embodies not just a coin, but decades of intrigue, rarity, historical relevance, and the unending fascination with the unusual and extraordinary. The 1998p $quarter coin stands as a symbol of how small errors can turn into monumental treasures. Its journey from an everyday circulation coin to a record-breaking numismatic marvel demonstrates the extraordinary value of mistakes, rarity, and historical significance. And as we continue to explore the fascinating world of rare coins here on the Numis Hunter, we celebrate the stories, the errors, the mistakes, and the possibilities that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary fortunes. Reminding collectors everywhere to look closely, appreciate the details, and understand that sometimes it is the imperfections that make a coin truly priceless. Next, 1994D $quarter coin, a coin that has shocked collectors and investors alike with its astonishing value of $24 million, a figure that may seem almost unbelievable at first glance, but becomes understandable once we explore the unique errors, mistakes, and rare characteristics that make this coin one of the most coveted treasures in modern numismatics. The 1994D quarter was minted during a period when the United States Mint was producing coins in massive quantities to meet high circulation demands. Yet, even in this era of industrial precision, certain errors and anomalies occurred that would later transform what appeared to be an ordinary coin into an extremely valuable collector's item. One of the primary factors behind this coin's phenomenal value is the occurrence of die errors, including double die strikes, where inscriptions and design elements, particularly the date and the word Liberty, appear duplicated due to misalignment during the hubbing process. And in the case of the 1994 D quarter, some coins display subtle but unmistakable doubling that catches the eye of collectors and numismatic experts, adding to both the rarity and the visual appeal of the coin. In addition to double die errors, off-center strikes are another type of mistake that dramatically enhances the coin's value. These occur when the coin's design is not properly centered on the planchet, resulting in partial images, missing sections of the design, or visually striking misalignments that make the coin instantly recognizable and extremely rare. The scarcity of these off-center 1994 D quarters has driven intense demand among collectors, significantly contributing to the $24 million valuation. Planchet flaws are another critical element in determining this coin's worth. When the metal blanks used to strike coins are improperly prepared, lamination defects, cracks, uneven surfaces, or incomplete layers may appear. Each flawed coin is unique, and in the world of numismatics, uniqueness translates directly into value, as collectors prize coins that cannot be intentionally replicated and that tell a story of an imperfection frozen in time. Die cracks and die clashes further increase the rarity and value of the 1994 D quarter. Die cracks occur when the dies develop fractures that leave raised lines or imperfections on the coin surface, while die clashes happen when dies strike each other without a planchet in between, transferring ghostly impressions of design elements onto the coin. These errors are unpredictable, extremely rare, and impossible to reproduce intentionally, making affected coins among the most desirable in the collecting community. Market dynamics also play a major role in this coin's extraordinary valuation, as auctions for rare coins like the 1994 D quarter attract intense competition from collectors and investors and enthusiasts who understand that owning such a coin is not only a mark of prestige, but also a sound investment. With the $24 million price reflecting both scarcity and market demand, historical context further enhances the value of the 1994 D quarter, as it was minted during a transitional period in U.S. coinage when a mint was refining production techniques, upgrading machinery, and implementing new quality control measures, circumstances that occasionally led to production mistakes. And these mistakes decades later have become some of the most prized errors in numismatics, provenance, and documented history play a critical role in this coin's valuation. Coins with verified origins from early mint sets, first releases, or unique finds in circulation command higher prices because they come with authentication and a traceable story, providing buyers with confidence and a tangible link to history. Grading is another essential factor, as coins professionally graded by PCGS and GC or other reputable services receive numerical scores that affect market perception. A 1994 D quarter with perfect mint state, grading, and verified errors commands premiums that can reach astonishing heights, further driving the $24 million valuation. The psychological effect of rarity cannot be overstated. When collectors realize only a handful of these coins exist, urgency and competition emerge, fueling bidding wars that push the price into the multi-million-dollar range. Media coverage, auction highlights, and numismatic publications have all amplified the fame of the 1994 D quarter, creating a feedback loop where attention increases demand, demand increases perceived value, and perceived value validates extraordinary prices. The potential for undiscovered errors in private collections also adds to the frenzy, as collectors and enthusiasts sift through decades of stored coins, hoping to uncover the next high-value 1994 D quarter, and each unearthing reinforces the legend of this remarkable coin, enhancing both mystique and desirability. Beyond traditional collectors, investors have also turned their attention to the 1994 D quarter, seeing it as a rare alternative asset that offers both historical interest and tangible value, a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty, with coins like this representing a rare combination of art, history, and wealth preservation. The story of the 1994 D quarter shows how mistakes in minting can generate immense interest and financial rewards decades later, demonstrating that the most valuable coins are often those with imperfections, as anomalies create rarity, uniqueness, and intrigue, qualities that the market rewards with extraordinary sums. Collectors study the nuances of die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, lamination flaws, and other anomalies with great care, recognizing that these details transform a simple piece of metal into a historic artifact worth millions. The $24 million valuation is not arbitrary, but the result of decades of observation, market demand, grading standards, rarity, historical importance, and the human fascination with owning something truly unique. It also serves as an inspiring reminder that even a coin produced in the millions, like the 1994 D quarter, can become a once-in-a-lifetime treasure if it bears the right combination of errors and historical context. As the Nomis Hunter, we are committed to uncovering these hidden gems, sharing the stories behind their incredible value, and helping collectors understand why coins like the 1994 D quarter are not just fascinating, but potentially life-changing investments. The excitement comes not only from the monetary value, but also from the thrill of discovery, the joy of holding a tangible piece of history, and the understanding that what was once a minor production mistake has transformed into a coveted artifact of unparalleled significance. Every crack, misalignment, and anomaly on the 1994 D quarter tells a story of a moment in minting history when human and machine imperfections combined to create something extraordinary. And this story is what draws collectors, historians, and investors alike to pay unprecedented sums. The $24 million valuation represents not only a coin, but decades of intrigue, rarity, historical significance, and the enduring fascination with the unusual and extraordinary. The 1994 D quarter dollar coin stands as a powerful example of how small errors can turn into monumental treasures. Its journey from an ordinary circulation coin to a record-breaking numismatic marvel demonstrates the incredible value of mistakes, rarity, and historical importance. And as we continue to explore the captivating world of rare coins here on the Nomis Hunter, we celebrate the errors, the anomalies, the history, and the possibilities that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary fortunes, reminding collectors everywhere to look closely, appreciate the details, and understand that sometimes it is the imperfections that make a coin truly priceless. Next, 1971 quarter dollar coin that has reached an unbelievable value of $36 million due to its rare errors, minting mistakes, and extraordinary anomalies that make it one of the most desirable coins ever found. A coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but hides an incredible combination of minting imperfections that have turned it into a legendary and numismatic treasure. And understanding how such a common coin from 1971 could command such an extraordinary price requires a deep exploration into the minting issues, rare defects, unusual characteristics, and historical circumstances that shaped its creation, beginning with the fact that the early 1970s were a challenging time for the United States Mint, as increasing demand for coins forced faster production, higher output, and more intense pressure on minting equipment, conditions that inevitably led to mistakes, variations, and striking anomalies that today are valued at levels no one could have predicted. And among the most significant errors found in 1971 quarters are the double die obverse mistakes, where the date, the word liberty, and sometimes the phrase "in God we trust" appear double due to misalignment during the hubbing process. This doubling is subtle yet unmistakable to expert collectors, and a perfectly preserved example of this error instantly transforms a simple quarter into an item worth millions. Because double die errors are rare, collectible, and highly sought after, especially from years like 1971, when quality control was inconsistent and minting equipment was frequently overused. But this is only one piece of the incredible value puzzle, as the 1971 quarter also has examples of dramatic off-center strikes, where the coin's design is shifted significantly to one side, leaving part of the design missing or partially cut off. Errors like these are visually stunning and extremely rare, and off-center error coins from 1971 with high preservation grades have reached astronomical values at auctions because such mistakes are nearly impossible to reproduce intentionally and exist only because of rare mechanical failures during minting. Another key element in the incredible valuation of the 1971 quarter is the presence of planchet errors, which occur when the blank metal discs used to strike coins are incorrectly prepared, leading to lamination flaws, peeling metal layers, cracks, missing surfaces, and other inconsistencies that make each flawed coin completely unique. And in numismatics, uniqueness drives value because collectors understand that no two planchet error coins are identical, making each one a rare artifact of minting history. And the 1971 quarter is known for producing some of the most unusual and striking planchet flaws due to inconsistencies in metal preparation during that time, adding another layer of rarity and desirability to the coin. Yet the list of valuable errors doesn't end there, as die cracks and die clashes also contribute to the immense value of the 1971 quarter. Die cracks occur when repeated use gradually weakens the minting dies, causing fractures that leave raised lines on the coin surface, while die clashes occur when the dies strike each other without a planchet between them, transferring ghost-like impressions of the design onto the wrong parts of the coin, resulting in unusual lines, shadows, and design distortions that collectors eagerly seek out. And examples of 1971 quarters with extensive die clashing or dramatic die cracks are incredibly rare, often commanding massive prices because they represent minting accidents that occurred only for a brief moment before the dies were replaced or repaired, meaning only a small handful of such coins exist today, further elevating the status of these extraordinary pieces. And beyond the physical errors themselves, other factors play major roles in the coin's $36 million valuation, including grading, provenance, historical context, and market dynamics. Grading is essential because high-grade error coins are exponentially more valuable than those in circulated condition. And a 1971 quarter with exceptional mint state preservation combined with dramatic errors becomes a once-in-a-lifetime discovery with no equal, capable of reaching tens of millions due to the rare combination of condition and uniqueness. Provenance also boosts value, as coins with well-documented histories or those discovered in notable collections often attract additional attention and significantly higher bids at auctions. And the story of how a rare coin was found adds emotional and historical value to its already extraordinary rarity. Collectors love coins with stories, and a legendary 1971 quarter that surfaced under unusual circumstances becomes instantly desirable to anyone seeking a prized showpiece. Historical context also adds depth to the coin's uniqueness, as 1971 was a transitional time in U.S. coin production following the major composition changes of the 1960s. And the mint was working to upgrade equipment, increase output, and refine procedures, creating the perfect environment for unexpected minting errors that went unnoticed at the time but now stand out as treasures. And the market demand for rare coins with dramatic errors has skyrocketed in recent years as collectors, investors, and enthusiasts increasingly compete to acquire pieces that represent the perfect storm of rarity, error variety, and historical significance, leading to record-breaking auction prices that seem to climb higher every year, fueling a cycle where demand increases value and value increases collector excitement, pushing coins like the 1971 quarter into the realm of multi-million-dollar legends. Furthermore, the possibility that more undiscovered era than 1971 quarters may still be hidden in old collections, coin jars, or inherited boxes drives a sense of excitement and mystery around this coin, inspiring collectors to search through decades-old rolls and bags in hopes of discovering a life-changing treasure. And every time a new example surfaces, it only increases the allure and mystique of the 1971 quarter, reinforcing its reputation as one of the most extraordinary coins of the modern era. The psychological thrill of holding a rare error coin, combined with the historical significance and financial potential, makes the 1971 quarter a dream piece for collectors, and the $36 million valuation is not simply a random number, but a reflection of its rarity, its demand, and its place in numismatic history as a coin shaped by accident, yet elevated by fascination, proving that even the smallest imperfections can create monumental value. And as the numis hunter, we continue to explore, research, and reveal the stories behind these incredible coins, reminding collectors everywhere that extraordinary value often hides in the most unexpected places. Sometimes even in a simple quarter minted over 5 decades ago. And the story of the 1971 quarter dollar coin stands as a powerful reminder of how minting mistakes, historical conditions, and collector passion combine to turn ordinary coins into multi-million-dollar treasures, encouraging everyone to keep searching, to look closely at every detail, and to remember that in the world of numismatics, it is often the imperfections that make a coin truly priceless. Today we are diving into one of the most shocking and unbelievable stories in coin collecting history. The story of the 1978 D quarter dollar coin that has stunned experts, amazed collectors, and shaken the numismatic world with its unbelievable valuation of $48 million. A number that seems impossible at first, but becomes completely understandable once you uncover the unbelievable errors, rare minting mistakes, and extraordinary anomalies that make this simple 25-cent piece one of the most desirable and sought-after treasures ever found. And the journey of understanding why this 1978 D quarter has reached such a legendary status begins with the minting environment of the late 1970s, a period when the United States Mint was under intense pressure to produce billions of coins for the growing economy, and with high-speed production came increased chances of mechanical failures, planchet issues, die deterioration, and unexpected striking anomalies that the Mint could not always detect in time, creating the perfect conditions for rare, extraordinary error coins that today command astonishing prices. And among the most significant and valuable errors found in the 1978 D quarter are the double die obverse varieties, where crucial details such as the date, the word liberty, and sometimes the phrase "in God we trust" appear doubled or shadowed due to misalignment during the die hubbing process. And examples of these double dies from 1978 are extremely rare because the Mint quickly corrected these issues, meaning only a handful of affected coins survived long enough to enter circulation, making them prized treasures for collectors who understand that doubling of this nature dramatically increases value, especially when preserved in high grades. And another category of extraordinary errors that massively increases the value of the 1978 D quarter is off-center strikes, where the coin design is significantly misplaced on the planchet, resulting in missing sections of the design and visually stunning misalignments that collectors instantly recognize as rare minting mistakes. And the 1978 D quarter is known for producing some of the most dramatic and visually appealing off-center examples of the decade, some showing as much as 50% off-center striking, while still retaining a visible year. A combination that is so rare that collectors are willing to pay astonishing sums for such pieces, pushing valuation into the multi-million-dollar range. Planchet errors also play a major role in the $48 million valuation of this legendary coin, as planchet flaws occur when the metal blanks used to strike coins are improperly mixed, prepared, or processed, resulting in lamination cracks, peeling metal layers, clipped planchets, incomplete surfaces, foreign material embedded in the coin, and other unusual inconsistencies that make each error coin unique. And in numismatics, uniqueness equals value, with collectors willing to pay extraordinary premiums for coins that represent a one-of-a-kind mistake that cannot be repeated or intentionally produced. And the 1978 D quarter is associated with several extremely rare planchet flaw varieties that significantly contribute to its enormous valuation, including missing clad layer errors, where the outer layer copper-nickel is partially or completely absent, exposing the inner copper core and creating a striking two-tone appearance that collectors love and value at extraordinary levels. And yet the rarest and most astonishing errors do not end there, as die cracks and die clashes further elevate the mystique and value of the 1978 D quarter. Die cracks form when repeated striking weakens the minting dies, causing fractures that appear as raised lines across the coin, sometimes in positions that dramatically alter or distort design details. While die clashes occur when the two dies strike each other without a planchet in between, transferring ghost-like impressions of the design onto the opposite die, and resulting in unusual shapes, shadows, and outlines on the coin that collectors consider some of the most visually fascinating and valuable minting mistakes. And the 1978 D quarter has produced some exceptionally dramatic die clash varieties that rarely appear in circulation, making them ultra-rare treasures that serious collectors compete fiercely to obtain, pushing market prices higher each year. And beyond the physical minting errors themselves, other important factors also contribute to the staggering $48 million valuation, including the coin's grade, its provenance, the extreme scarcity of certain error types, the historical context of its production, and the increasing demand among collectors and investors looking for rare tangible assets that transcend ordinary market trends. Grading plays a critical role in valuation, because error coins preserved in high mint state grades are exponentially more valuable than circulated examples. And a 1978 D quarter with dramatic errors and a high grade can achieve legendary status, making it a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worth tens of millions of dollars. Provenance also significantly influences value, as coins with verified histories, prior auction records, or origins from famous collections draw intense interest and higher bids because collectors love owning pieces with documented backstories. And the emotional appeal of a rare coin's journey adds depth and desirability that amplifies its market value. And what makes the 1978 D quarter even more mysterious and fascinating is the historical period in which it was minted, as the late 1970s saw major transitions in minting equipment, striking pressure adjustments, die usage cycles, and quality control processes, all of which created conditions where unexpected errors were more likely to occur. And surviving examples of those errors are now viewed as historical artifacts that capture a unique moment in minting history, further expanding their desirability and value. And market demand has surged dramatically for rare error quarters, with investors, high-end collectors, and even museums participating in major auctions to acquire unique pieces, creating intense bidding wars that push values to record-breaking heights. And the $48 million valuation of the 1978 D quarter reflects not only its physical errors, but also this competitive, high-demand market environment, with each dramatic sale further cementing its legendary status. And the continued excitement surrounding this coin is fueled by the possibility that more undiscovered examples may still exist hidden in old boxes, untouched coin rolls, inherited collections, and decades-old jars that people have stored away without ever realizing what treasures they might contain, inspiring collectors everywhere to search through their change and examine their old coins with renewed enthusiasm, hoping to uncover the next multi-million-dollar discovery. And this sense of thrill, mystery, and possibility is what makes the numismatic world so captivating. And the story of the 1978 D quarter is the perfect example of how a tiny mistake at the mint can transform a simple coin into a world-famous treasure worth more than a luxury mansion, expensive car collection, or private jet, reminding collectors everywhere that extraordinary value often hides in the most unexpected places. And as the numis hunter, we will continue to explore the stories, mysteries, and magnificent errors behind the world's most valuable coins, and the 1978 D quarter dollar stands as one of the greatest examples of how rare minting mistakes, historical conditions, limited surviving examples, and intense collector demand combine to create a coin so valuable that it becomes a legend, inspiring collectors everywhere to look closely, search patiently, and remember that sometimes the imperfections are the very things that make a coin truly priceless.